getting ready to play a game of Flying Fortress, B-17 missions over Europe from Worthington Publishing or Worthington Games, which was kind enough to send me this, so I really appreciate that. This is got an advance copy before this is even out, and I'm filming this, I think, about the same time it is being released to the public, but I'll be posting it later than that. You know me, I've got a big schedule trying to fit stuff in, but I wanted to get this to the table and get a playthrough on it. And I might, if I get the time, I might try to put some cinematic touches to this, given that this couple things. Number one, this follows in the path of B-17 Queen of the Skies, which was an early Avalon Hill game that introduced solo wargaming. Didn't introduce it, but it introduced it to B-17 missions and flying missions, and kind of started or was the beginning of narrative solo play. You basically, it was a charty war game. You're rolling, you're doing what you're making a move. You're rolling on a chart to see what happens. Then you make another move and then roll on a chart to see what happens. Very chart driven, but you create the story. It's very narrative. Had a very narrative feel to it. If you wanted to add that to the game, meaning that you wanted to kind of make up your own story for the mission and the crew members and the like. So it, this has got a sweet spot or a soft spot in my gaming history, in that I played a lot of B-17 Queen of the Skies, and this kind of follows in that format. It's still a little charty. You've got all your charts over here on your kind of your flight dashboard here, but it's not solely chart driven, because you're going to be making decisions on kind of where you go and how you plot your course on your mission. I've started setting this up for the first mission right here, mission 1, Rouen, France. I mispronounced that. I need my coffee. Which is going to be right there, and you're going to start right there. And so it's not so much a chart for every time you move. When you move into a new area, as you see here, these little white lines, when you cross one of those white lines here on the board, like from here to here into this zone, you're going to activate the fighter present, which are turned over right now. But when you move into that zone, you'll flip these over and see what you're going to engage. And then they will move towards you. They have different activations and different movement. You can see some of their different movement paths, and they will start moving towards you. These, there are some fixed AI. If you go over in that hex, you're going to get a chance to be hit, and they're going to roll a dice. If you roll in these hexes, you flip these over and see what happens. The rest of these chits are basically that. You go into that hex, you flip it over, and see what happens in that hex. The fighters are the only ones that are kind of think on their own. You activate them when you go in the zone, and then they start coming towards you. So there are some decisions you're going to make on what path you take and how to try to avoid some of these fighters. So it's not all chart based, which B-17 Queen of the Skies was all kind of chart based. You plot forward, or you roll on a chart to see what happens, right? Which, some of that was kind of in this. This was B-17 Solitaire. This was a Worthington book. This kind of came out during the whole war game book phase, which is still going on, but really saw some of its peak during COVID, because people were not making box games and they were going to books, and Worthington was one of them, or one of the chief ones that was doing that. And basically this game is kind of a reimagining of this game, but in box format. I believe they wanted to do this first, but given the limitations during that time period, they came out with a war game book. And so now you can actually put counters on a board and use the counters to replace some of the charts, right? So that you flip over and see what happens. So that's the main reason I wanted to get this table, because I'm very fond memories of playing B-17 Queen of the Skies and that whole narrative theater of the mind, where you're kind of making up your own story and tracking a crew. And I have tracked my crew, which is the second reason why I like this. Is one of my favorite movies is Memphis Belle. I really like Memphis Belle. I mean, it's not 100% accurate, but what war movie is, it's more of the stories of the crew, and that's what these games allow you to do. They allow you to follow your crew on several missions. And so I created a crew here. You've got this little chart here. This gets into the kind of the RPG board game aspect of this game, or the narrative approach. And I'm going to be the Memphis Belle. And these names here, these are not the Memphis Belle was an actual plane that flew, I think, 25 successful missions, and so they got a ticket home. But what I did is I took the names of the characters that in the movie, from the movie Memphis Belle. So these are fictionalized people, but they are the characters that were in that movie. So there you have it. I have them, and they can get experience points. They can get wounded or die, I believe, but they can also get experience points. And the more experience points you get, you keep track of them with these tokens here. There's two types of experience points. One is for like the pilots and the like, and the other is for like the gunners and the like. And what you turn those experience points in before the next mission so that you can get like reloads or fuel boost, so that you can, modify your plane, so to speak. You're becoming a little bit more experienced and can do more stuff. So again, there is some logistics to this. Whenever you cross a white line, you're going to burn some fuel. And for this mission, fuel started at 5, so I'm at 5 fuel right now. Altitude, I don't think comes into play until you get over the target, and then you do a bombing run, and you're going to determine what altitude you want to do that at. If you're at a high altitude, you're safe from flak, but it's going to be harder to hit the target. If you're really down low, it's easier to hit the target, but it's easier to hit you too. Kind of common sense there. So, and you keep track of altitude with this indicator. Those are the only two indicators on this board. The rest of this is really for aesthetics and look and for the chart itself. So there you have it. Getting ready to start play with Flying Fortress's B-17. I played a few games of B-17 Solitaire, but again, it's more of a charty and writing in the book type thing. Of course, I would never write in the book. I made copies. Come on, I'm not crazy. Hey, don't answer that. But this really gives you the board feel to it. And as Worthington, as always, has some of the best components in town. Very nice, thick counters, mounted board. This is your track to keep track of hits and the like on your plane. And as you can see, and it's mounted, well, it's thicker mounted. It's not really mounted, but it's a thicker board here. And this is a good, solid player aid type quality board here as well. You got a whole book of missions here. The rules are very clear, and you've got your pad of flights to keep track of your crew manifest as you go forward. And then I have a nice tray there to keep all my bits that aren't on the board. Anyway, so I'm going to finish setting up. I'm going to get to playing this. I don't know if I'm going to do a turn by turn or if I'm just going to like come back and do an after action, but I might try to put some cinematic features in between if I can, if I have the time. I'll let you know in the comments down below. But let's get to it. Thanks all. Alrighty, I thought I'd come back for a quick one here because this is the first encounter I had. The Memphis Belle, yes, I'm flying the Memphis Belle. Got intercepted by an ME-109. It moves diagonal, it gets activated on a 2 to 4, and so it came up from here. On this turn, it goes after you move, and so I moved here. Kind of went like from here and then came down here and then went over here because I'm going to do a flight path to the mission target. I rolled for the anti-aircraft, the fixed anti-aircraft, no hit there. It hits on a 4 to 6, but the encounter with the ME-109 was bad. I rolled the black is for the German and the green is for you, so they came in at low, and then the 6 is both the fortress, forward is you, the fortress, and crew are hit. So I took 1 hit to the rudder and 1 hit to the ball gunner or radio officer. I decided to take the hit to the ball gunner here since they were coming in low. So if I get another hit to the ball gunner, he's out of play, so ineffective, and if you lose all your crew, then you're going to crash. Rudder is an automatic crash, but it can take 5 hits. There are certain things that if you take, like if all 4 engines, the port wing, the starboard wing, both port and starboard tail gun sections, the rudder, or all crew, then you crash. Those are the requirements for a crash. So there you have it. Ball gunner and rudder got some damage.
Bloodsucker, 1 o'clock level, bow turret, watch out! Watch out! Watch out, Marshal! Johnny's coming at me! He's coming at me! And your mother, too!
Bogey 5 o'clock low.
Breaking out of 5 o'clock, Walter, watch out! That guy had blue eyes. He's going for C cup. Look out! Look out!
Okay, I got over the target, so I'm going to do a bombing run and rolled the dice for that. You have flak over the target. Well, first of all, you got to determine your bombing run altitude. I decided to risk it, go low, because it's going to give me a -1 on my bombing hit, my bombing run result, which you really need that, because it pretty much 5 or higher is a near miss, and you're going to either lose points or not get any points. But you're going to have +2 on the AA because there's AA over every target, anti-aircraft over every target. So my roll of 2 plus the 2 for the low altitude gives me a 4, so I can choose port or starboard. I chose port hit, so I got a hit to my rudder, I got a hit to my port. There's my ball gunner bleeding in the ball. And then bombing run was a 3 with a -1 is a 2, so hit target VP. So I'm going to get the target VP for this, which is 4. So I'll get the 4 target VP for the bombing run. So now this is destroyed, as we can see right there. So now I need to head home, and I got to go through some AA and some fighters to get home. Let's see how that happens.
Yes, I read you. Captain, my sight says I'm over the target. I've got to do something. Now, what do you want me to do? That's it. That's it. That's it. Bombs away.
Alrighty, I got home. Yes, right there. You have to return to the same starting spot, which is that star right there, the orange star, because I did the orange mission, which is the first mission. After the successful bombing, I kind of came up this way. There was some more anti-aircraft. I got lucky. So the anti-aircraft that was on counters that were placed on the original mission here, there and there, were misses. And then I rolled here. You have to roll 4 to 6. And I did, no, I didn't get hit there. I did get hit. If you recall, I got hit over the target a little bit. But anyway, so I went up this way, and these aircraft, this one activated to try to come down and catch me when I was here, but was able to skirt up this way, get to this airspace, and then come on over. My final fuel was 1 because I crossed all those zones there. That's about as efficient as you can get, so you can't go very far on that. So a successful mission. Memphis Belle landed home. So what does that mean for score purposes? That means this is mission 1. The target is 7 points. I had 0 downed aircraft. I hit over the target directly, no near or direct hit, so just got the 4 points for it. I did return home, so I get plus 3 points for that. No crew members out of action. I had 1 crew member with a hit, but it takes 2 hits to make them out of action, and then they're out of action for the next mission. So I got 7 points, so I met the target. There we go. Success on the first mission. How about that? Anyway, there you have it. Well, let's go in there, and that is the first mission. Maybe more to come. Enjoying it. Like this. This is a fun game and easy to set up. Given that I can go right to the next mission, or there's 3 missions that have this same setup, so it's a matter of reshuffling a little bit, doing some randomization, and going right back to it. But there you have it. First mission, success, whets my appetite for more. Thanks for watching.